Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the second part of my video on the deluxe resorts in Walt Disney World. And today I'm going to talk about the Contemporary Resort and the Grand Floridian Resort. I have lots of notes here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. Now, both of these resorts are on the monorail. They're considered Magic Kingdom resorts. They're both deluxes, and I would say, depending on the room, it can vary, but they are probably the two most expensive hotels on Walt Disney World property, with the Polynesian. That one is pretty pricey as well. But the prices that I have for you are for one night for October 8th to the 9th, and these should just be used as a general guideline. You should not use these numbers for a quote, because I just picked a time where I knew it wasn't the most expensive time of the year, and it is for regular room occupancy, so it's 2 adults. If it's like a king room, it's 2 adults. If it's a room with 2 queens, if you have 2 adults, this price is the same as if you add 2 kids. Now, if you add a 3rd adult or a 4th adult, if a room can hold 4 adults, then you are adding an additional fee per adult. But for the sake of this video, I'm assuming that you either have 2 adults, if the room is for, like I said, for a king, or 2 adults, 2 kids, which will not affect the price of the room if you add children, as long as there is enough room for them. Like the other hotels, when you have the room occupancy that is stated by Disney, you can have 1 additional child under the age of 3. So 0, 1, or 2. Beyond that, you cannot have extra people in your room, even if you think it will fit. It is a liability, legally a fire hazard. They cannot allow extra people. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, the Contemporary is on the monorail loop. It is the first stop after the Magic Kingdom. And then from there, the monorail goes to the Transportation Ticket Center, where you can get off the monorail and then get on the Epcot monorail to travel to Epcot. You can then continue on the monorail if you want to go to the Polynesian or to the Grand Floridian, and then from there it goes to the Magic Kingdom. So you can stay on the monorail to go to the Magic Kingdom. It's the long way around, or you can walk to the Magic Kingdom. It is the only hotel on Disney World property that you can walk to the Magic Kingdom. That's poor English. From which you can walk to the Magic Kingdom. The only hotel. So keep that in mind. Okay, so there are a couple of different room types. Now they have the main tower, which is what you see in pictures where the monorail is going through, and then there is a garden wing. So it is kind of what it sounds like, a wing that goes off of the main tower. So it's not in the main building, but it is still part of the Contemporary Resort. So if I say a garden wing, it's in that kind of part that kind of like shoots off the side, as opposed to in the main tower. So first room type is a garden wing with a garden view, and this room holds 5 people, and not surprisingly, it has a view of the gardens. A garden wing standard view, again, it's a garden wing room. It has the same beds as the garden wing garden view room type, and it has views of a parking area or obstructed view. So you could have a little bit better view, but it is obstructed. And by a better view, I would say of maybe a pool or the marina or Bay Lake, or I don't know if it would be, you'd see anything in the Magic Kingdom from there, but you could have part of a better view, but it is obstructed. And a garden wing standard view room can hold 5 people. The next room type in the garden wing is a deluxe room. Now a deluxe room will have a view of one of the gardens, the pools, the marina, or of Bay Lake, and it sleeps 4 people, and it is larger than a standard view room, even though it doesn't hold as many people. So the actual square footage is larger. Okay, so then there are a couple of rooms in the main tower. Now all of these rooms are non-club level rooms. I'll get to the club level rooms in a minute, but none of the rooms I've mentioned thus far are club level rooms. So the next non-club level room type is in the main tower, and that is a lake view room, which, not surprisingly, has a view of the lake. That's Bay Lake, and it holds 5 people. And lastly, there is a theme park view room, which again holds 5 people and has views of the Magic Kingdom. Now, moving on to club level rooms. I've talked about club level rooms in my last video, and I will talk about them again in this and the next video. The club level services that you can get at Disney's deluxe resorts, it's a bit more personalized. You have your own personal concierge as opposed, well, personal for the club level rooms, as opposed to the general concierge for the entire resort. They can actually help you make dining reservations ahead of time. They can help you if you have any issues when you are there securing further dining reservations. If you want to, say, add a day to your tickets, or if you want to add the water park option to your tickets, they can help you with that. They can just help you with a ton of things. There is also food throughout the day. You have a continental breakfast, snacks during the day, and then you have appetizers at night, which I know several people, myself included and my husband, and my boss said the same thing. If you're not big eaters, you can easily make, and you're just like more grazers, you can easily make the appetizers in the evening a light dinner, which is a great option if you plan on going back to the parks after that, and then, you know, snacking on some things there as well, which we definitely do when we stay club level. Then the best part, in my opinion, is in the evenings when they have desserts. Big sweet tooth, I love desserts. They also have some alcoholic beverages and things like that, which is included in the cost of staying club level. So I think club level definitely costs more, but you need to take into account the food that you're eating. So that does really make a big difference as well. So the club level rooms at the Contemporary. So you have a standard room atrium club level. So this is in the main building that has a view of Bay Lake, and the room sleeps 5 people. Then there is a theme park view atrium club level, which pretty self-explanatory there, sleeps 5 people. There is a garden wing 1-bedroom suite access. So what that means is the room is physically located in the garden wing, and it's a 1-bedroom suite. So when Disney has like a 1 or 2-bedroom suite, it means that the area where you're sleeping is physically closed off from the rest of the room. So there's actually doors that you can close and separate. And access means that you might not be located in the exact club level area as the other rooms, but you have, when you're staying in that room, you have access to the club level lounge. So in order to get into the club level area, you have to scan your Magic Band. Like at the Grand Floridian, you have to use your Magic Band to use the club level elevators if you're in the main building, or to open the doors to your building. At Wilderness Lodge, you have to open a gate in the main building to get into the club level area, and your Magic Band will allow you to do that. If you are staying in a club level room, same thing here. You have to, access means your Magic Band will grant you access to the club level lounge. Okay, so then there is the Garden Wing Hospitality Suite, which again offers club level services, and that has views of the parking area or obstructed views, and that can sleep 7 people. I don't know if I mentioned it. The Garden Wing 1-bedroom suite access room holds 5 people. So it doesn't necessarily hold more people, but like I said, there's a separate sleeping area. And generally there's like greater square footage. So it doesn't hold more people, but it's still a bigger room, more space, and a separate sleeping area. Moving along. Okay, a Bay Lake view 1-bedroom suite, club level. Self-explanatory, views of the Bay Lake. Again, bedroom suite, so it's closed off. You have a separate sleeping area, and that room holds 6 people. And the last room type at the Contemporary is a Bay Lake view 2-bedroom club level suite. And that room, again, self-explanatory, Bay Lake. So you have 2 closed off bedrooms, and that sleeps 8 people. Now, something to note, I guess, in all of the deluxe resorts, I would never assume, I'm not going to say it's never the case, but I would assume that it is never cheaper to put people in a suite rather than to get 2 rooms. So for example, if you're noting that, oh, you can have 8 people in a 2-bedroom club level suite at the Contemporary, is that cheaper than getting 2 rooms at, say, a moderate resort where you can hold 4 people in each room? No, that is almost never. I'm not going to say always, because or always or never, because I'm sure that as soon as I say that, I will be proven wrong. But I want to say that is almost never the case. And even then getting 2 regular rooms at the Contemporary, I'm going to say that's probably not, it's rarely more financially responsible to get a suite in this case. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a little confusing. Okay, so I have a couple of prices here that I wanted to go over, just some of the prices that I thought would be more commonly, that people would be more commonly interested in. So a garden wing, garden view room would be, with tax, $518.63 for one night. A theme park view room in the main tower. This is a common one that people ask for. It's expensive. It's $735.75. This is one night. Again, I just picked a random night when I knew it wasn't the most expensive time of year, and this should just be a guideline, but I would never expect this room type to be like $300. It's going to be around this much. And like I said, during peak times, like at Christmas time, it's going to be quite a bit more. The next room type that I'm going to give you a price for is the standard room atrium club level, and that came out to be $852.75 for one night, and a theme park view atrium club level. So if you want, I want to say the nicest, but like, you know, you have the view, you have club level, you're in like in the main building, the atrium, per night, that's going to be $1,004.63. So not cheap. But and that's not even a suite. That's still a regular room. So a lot of people I know really want to stay there. So it would probably be something most people would have to save up for. Okay, so dining. What are the dining options at the Contemporary? So there's the Contempo Cafe, which has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is a quick service restaurant. And there's Contemporary Grounds Coffee, which is, actually it's coffee and baked goods, which is also considered quick service. And they have coffee, not surprisingly, and snacks. For lounges and bars, they have the Cove Bar, the Sand Bar, and the Wave Lounge. Those are all considered quick service. For table service, they have the California Grill Lounge and the Outer Rim. And then beyond that, they also have table service restaurants, the Wave of American Flavors. They have, did I say? No. They have California Grill, which is quite popular. That is open for brunch and dinner. And they have Chef Mickey's, which is, I would say, is one of the most popular restaurants on Disney property. It is open for breakfast, brunch, and dinner. Additionally, they also offer room service. For pools, they have their main feature pool with a water slide, and they have a water playground, and they have Bay Lake Pool, which is their quiet pool. So their feature pool is generally where they will have like their kids' activities, and they have a DJ and things like that in the afternoons, and then they have a separate quiet pool. They do make an exception if there is construction or I should say refurbishment, and the feature pool is closed for refurbishment. They will move the children's games to the quiet pool, but if it's not closed, they, in my experience, always have the kids' games at the feature pool. They also have a hot tub near the feature pool. Okay, in terms of like recreation, they have the basketball court, and they said this kind of cracked me up. They said they have a free rental of basketballs. If it's free, is it really a rental? I guess it's just like a complimentary usage. They have yoga on the lawn on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 a.m. It's a 30-minute session. They have the Pixar Play Zone, which is a children's area. I want to say like children's babysitting, but I don't know if that's really the technical term for it. It's for kids ages 4 to 12 years old. It is from 6 to 10:30 p.m. You have to make reservations ahead of time. They have characters from Toy Story and from The Incredibles, and they provide dinner and desserts. They have Woody's Roundup, which is where you are taught the ways of the Wild West, and they have Space Ranger training, where you are taught to identify and battle enemies of Star Command. You will build a race car and test it in the Piston Cup Challenge, and then you have an Incredibles dance party. You can rent cabanas by the pool. They have fishing, motorized boat rentals, volleyball and tennis courts. a jogging path. They have a campfire and movies under the stars, like I've mentioned in my other videos. You can view the electrical water pageant from the contemporary grounds. They have laundry, dry cleaning services like the other hotels as well. You know, like washing machines that you can rent, borrow, I guess. They have the Olympiad Fitness Center. They have in-room babysitting, and they have shopping. They have gift shops like the other hotels as well. They have Bayview Gifts, and they have Fantasia Market. I have frequently gone to both, actually. And they have merchandise pickup. So if you have something shipped from one of the parks and you're staying at the Contemporary, you can pick it up at Bayview Gifts. Now, when I've stayed club level before in different deluxe resorts, they typically will deliver it right to your room. You know, you'll come back from the park and it'll be sitting there on your bed. But when I've stayed non-club level, then you just go and you pick it up at the gift shop. Parking. Like all deluxes, they have parking for $24 a night if you're self-parking, and for valet, it is $33 a night. For transportation, you can take a boat to Wilderness Lodge in Fort Wilderness. So if you're going there to eat at one of their restaurants, or to Fort Wilderness to go to the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review or to go horseback riding, you can walk or take a monorail to the Magic Kingdom. You can take a monorail to Epcot. You do have to switch monorails though. And then you take a bus everywhere else. So to Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, the water parks, then you would take a bus. They do also have a business center located in the convention center. So I think that's all the news you can use on the Contemporary. Moving on to the Grand Floridian. Okay, so the Grand Floridian has a bunch of buildings. They have the main building, and the only rooms in the main building are club level rooms, and these are the most expensive rooms at the hotel, and there's some of the most expensive rooms on Disney property altogether. And if you've been in the lobby of the Grand Floridian, you will see why. It is absolutely amazing. The decorations for Christmas are amazing. Just year round, it is absolutely amazing. The smell when you walk in, the gorgeous flowers, it is so cool. They have fantastic Christmas trees. They have a life-size gingerbread house that they have people working in and selling goodies from. We were there between Christmas and New Year's, and we went and saw that. Around Easter time, they have like giant decorated, very, very nice decorated Easter eggs. I think are they Fabergé eggs? I mean, they're not real eggs, obviously, but I mean, it's so cool. It's so amazing. We stayed there all the time when I was little and growing up. So people that think it's like too fancy for them or not for kids, I totally disagree. That's kind of their vibe. It's Victorian themed, but it is not at all inappropriate for children, and you will not feel, they do not make you feel like you have to be like fancy to stay there. So that being said, they also have a bunch of outer buildings. Now, I mentioned the buildings in the main building are all club level rooms. They have one other club level building. To access the club level rooms in the main building, you have to use your Magic Band. And then the Sugarloaf building, which is right next to the main building, is also a club level building. So every room in the Sugarloaf building is club level, and you have to use your Magic Band to get in there. So if you're staying in a different building, you can't access any of the club level services. They have a bunch of other non-club level buildings as well. Okay, so that's my spiel on that. So the outer building rooms that are not club level, they have a garden view room, which has views of the courtyard, marina, and or pool area. It sleeps 5 people. They have a lagoon view room, which has views of the Seven Seas Lagoon. That sleeps 5 people. They have a deluxe room with a garden view, which has views of the courtyard, pool, or marina. And it is larger than a standard garden room, so you just have more square feet there. That holds 5 people. And then there is a theme park view room, which holds 5 people as well. When I'm saying, I thought I should mention, when I'm saying the courtyard pool, that is the quiet pool. Again, if provided the feature pool with the water slide isn't under refurbishment, this is the quiet pool. Okay, club level rooms. So starting with the rooms in the outer building, the Sugarloaf building, so club level rooms not in the main building, there are standard rooms, which have views of the courtyard, pool, or marina that sleep 5 people. And there is a 1-bedroom suite in that building, which has views of the courtyard, pool, and that sleeps 6 people. And then there's a 2-bedroom suite in the Sugarloaf outer building, which has views of the courtyard pool or the Seven Seas Lagoon, and that sleeps 8 people. I will say, when we stayed in Sugarloaf, the only issue I had there, we had a view of the courtyard pool. And I'm thinking, okay, the courtyard pool is going to be quiet. The only issue I had was on that side of the building, that's where they have the movies under the stars. So they have like a big, I think it's like an inflatable actually, like screen where kids watch movies. I thought it was very loud, and it was after 10 and the movie was still going on. And I was thinking, if I had a child who was trying to sleep and was a light sleeper, that would be a really big problem. I would definitely request a room on the other side of the building. Requests are not guaranteed, so to face the marina rather than the courtyard pool. I had foam earplugs, so I used those. It wasn't a problem. If, like I said, if I had a child that was a very light sleeper and I was really concerned, I would probably bring a white noise machine, or what I do on my phone, even though I wear earplugs, because I'm an extremely light sleeper, or I have a hard time falling asleep, I guess. I have an app on my phone where I can just play white noise, like rain sounds, and it can kind of drown that noise out. So just a tip. Moving on to the main building rooms. So these are all club level rooms. There's a main building standard room, which has views of the courtyard pool, Seven Seas Lagoon, or Magic Kingdom Park. So they have a separate theme park view room. I think when they're referring to this, it's a partial Magic Kingdom view. So I don't think it's enough to be considered a true theme park view. But that's what they say on their website. And that holds 5 people. Then they have a Deluxe King Room, which has views of the Magic Kingdom Park or resort grounds. And that holds 3 people. And that actually is the room that my husband and I had on our honeymoon. It was fantastic. It was so cool. It was in one of the turrets. It was huge. It was just so cool. Awesome for a honeymoon. And then lastly, they have a theme park view room, which has a view of the Magic Kingdom, and that sleeps 5 people. So a couple prices for you. The outer building garden view room is, for these same nights, October 8th to the 9th, $669.33 a night. The outer building theme park view room is $869.63 a night. The outer building standard room club level, so standard room in the Sugarloaf club level building, is $871.88 a night. And then a standard club level room in the main building is $1,143 per night. Same club level services like I mentioned at the Contemporary. Now, looking at these numbers, the standard club level room in Sugarloaf is like $2 or $3 more than the theme park view room, non-club level. This is a no-brainer to me. I would always take the club level over the view. Always. You're getting food. So, I mean, if you're willing to spend that cost no matter what, you're going to see the castle. You can see the castle from the grounds. You can walk around the grounds and see the castle. How much time are you actually spending in your room? Consider that. It's still not as great of a view as when you're actually in the Magic Kingdom. And you're not getting any food in that case. So when you consider the food you're getting, if you're actually going to partake in their breakfasts and some of their snacks and desserts and things, you would be saving money, I guess you could say. This is how my brain works. You would be saving money by staying in the club level relative to purchasing a theme park view room, not club level. Because you're going to spend more than $2 a night on food for however many people, even if you're just eating breakfast. Moving on to dining. They have one quick service restaurant, Gasparilla Island Grill, which is significantly improved from when it was Gasparilla Grill and Games and they had the arcade there. They've since moved the arcade. But they serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. For bars and lounges, they have the Citricos Lounge, which is lounge inside the Citricos restaurant. They have Meisner's Lounge, which is in the main building. They have the Courtyard Pool Bar, the bar near the Courtyard Pool, and the Beaches Pool Bar and Grill, which in addition to your alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic beverages, they have lunch options. For table service, they have Citricos, which is in the main building, Narcoossee's, which is off into kind of like in the middle of the Seven Seas Lagoon. It's, if you can get a table at Narcoossee's for Happily Ever After, it's really fantastic. We were there for that, and they actually like kicked us out to go on the outside on the deck to watch the show, and they had the music piped like around the restaurant, so you can hear the music while you're watching it. And they actually have the music piped, I should have mentioned that, at the Polynesian too, and right outside of Gasparilla Island Grill, they have the music that's playing in the theme park, like playing so that you can listen to the music while you're actually watching the fireworks. Moving along. Victoria and Albert's is there. It is located in the main building. This is the most expensive restaurant. It's like I think it's a 5-diamond restaurant. It is, I want to say, like $400 for 2 people or something. It is extraordinarily expensive. It's jacket required if you're a man. I mean, it's very, very fancy. I've not eaten there. It is on my list. Maybe on double coupon day or something. They have 1900 park fare. Oh, I guess I should mention, Citricos and Narcoossee's and Victoria and Albert's are just open for dinner. 1900 park fare is open for breakfast, brunch, and dinner. Characters. So the main character for the Grand Floridian, I guess you could say, is Mary Poppins. Victorian, Mary Poppins themed. So their character meals have a Mary Poppins theme to them. And then there's the Grand Floridian Cafe, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the Grand Floridian Cafe is very nice. It is not at all stuffy. It's a lot more reasonably priced. So if you want to go to the Grand Floridian, what we did, we were not staying there around Christmas time. We had a lunch reservation there, and we ate lunch at the Grand Floridian Cafe. Then we went and took pictures of the Christmas tree and the gingerbread house in the lobby. It was great. They also have a room service option as well. In terms of pools, they have 2 pools. They have the beach pool, which is the feature pool, and then they have the courtyard pool, which is the quiet pool. They also have hot tub. And they also have a splash pad, which is relatively new. I mean, relative to the age of the hotel. And again, it is Mary Poppins themed. So they have a Mad Hatter's hat that fills with water and dumps. It's actually very cool. Like the other deluxes, parking is the same cost. Self-parking is $24 a night. Valet parking is $33 a night. If you want to rent poolside cabanas, you can do that. Other recreation options, they have motorized boat rentals, which we have done, and then you can cruise around the Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake and kind of check out the other hotels, and you can see what's left of Discovery Island. They have the Pirate Adventure Cruise for kids ages 4 to 12. They have other specialty cruises where you can hire boats for, like if you want to watch Happily Ever After from a boat, you can do that. They have fishing options, basketball courts, a jogging trail that goes to the Polynesian and thus back. Campfire activities. They have the Senses Spa and Fitness Center, which is actually located between the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian, so both resort guests can use it. We've used the Fitness Center many times. They have the electrical water pageant you can view right from the beach. You can't swim on the beach, but you can sit there and watch the electrical water pageant. They have laundry options, they have dry cleaning services, in-room babysitting, and they have a business center. In terms of shopping, not only do they have a lot of restaurants, but they have a lot of shopping as well. They have Sandy Cove Gifts and Sundries, and if you are having anything shipped to your hotel and you're staying at the Grand Floridian, that is where you would pick it up. They also have M. Mouse Mercantile and Summer Lace and Basin White. And then lastly, for transportation, if you want to go to the Magic Kingdom, you cannot walk. You can take a friendship boat or you can take the monorail. And the Magic Kingdom is the very next stop from the Magic Kingdom. If you want to go to Epcot, you can either walk to the Polynesian. Well, you walk to the Polynesian and just go past the Polynesian to the Transportation and Ticket Center and get on the Epcot monorail there. Or you could get on the resort monorail from the second floor of the main building of the Grand Floridian, stop at the Magic Kingdom, then the Contemporary, and then the Transportation and Ticket Center. It's kind of nice to do that if you're going during the really warm months. If you want to go anywhere else, you have to take a bus. So Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, the water parks, you have to take a bus. I tried to make this fast, but I know it's a lot of information and it's kind of dry, but if you're considering either of these hotels, it's good information to know. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will be back with my next video. Well, I might have another one in between, but there's going to be one more in the Deluxe series where I will talk about the Boardwalk Inn and the Beach Club and the Yacht Club resorts. And then I'm going to do a video on the Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, where we talk about the cabins and the campground, and then the villas. I think that's all I have left for the hotels. You guys said that you wanted to learn more about the hotels, so hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.